It's Johnjay and Rich, Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. You can call us right now. Jump on the air at 877-937-1047. You can text the show. Text JJR and whatever your message to 96893. Let's get an update on Kyle and Peyton and it's not a bet. What was it? It's just I'm going to watch Greatest Showman. You got to watch High School Musical.
It was an agreement.
An agreement.
Yeah, because when we were talking, I was like, I can't believe you haven't seen The Greatest Showman. It's such a great movie. And she was like, I can't believe you've never seen High School Musical. And so we made a deal. Peyton watched The Greatest Showman, and it took me a little while, but I finally watched High School Musical last night. And I have mixed feelings.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm happy for you.
So, thank you. So I feel like high school me would have loved this movie. Like high school me would be all over this movie. Adult me is trying so hard to connect with it because it's so dated.
That's true. That is true.
It's so cute. It's such a cute movie, but it's like the flip phones and the layered tees and whatnot. It's like it doesn't totally hold up like visually, but it's like the whole story is so like the modern day Grease. You know what I mean? And it's very cute, but I'm like, it's an older movie. It's an older movie.
I mean, it came out in like 2006 or like 2008. Like that's like my childhood. Like that's so nostalgic for me. So I get it.
Yeah.
But isn't it so fun to see like a baby Zac Efron?
Totally.
Like,
and like Vanessa Hudgens and like all of like Ashley Tisdale.
Hey, when you say they have flip phones, what if you change your perspective? Because people that have flip phones now are pretty much drug dealers. So what if it's just a High School Musical about drug dealers?
Because that could totally be it. And that would give a whole new
Mexico,
meaning to one of the songs that I liked in the movie, Break Free.
We're breaking free.
If it's drug dealing, this could go.
You know, another reason it's very difficult to compare both movies.
They don't compare. It's like apples to oranges.
Well, one of them is that Greatest Showman, I believe, was like a theatrical production that was put together with billions and billions of dollars. And High School Musical, I think, was like a Disney Movie of the Week or something that took off, I think.
Totally. Right? And I wasn't really like trying to compare them, like which one's the better movie or whatever. I was just trying to take it as like, I have to try to put myself into high school me's footsteps watching this because it is like very dated and it is like whatever, but it is such a cute story. So like I enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
But I don't like Noah was like, I'm glad you watched it. Now you have to watch High School Musical 2. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm there yet.
You're not there for the sequel.
I'm not there yet.
2 and 3. The third one is like really good.
You might just skip to Teen Beach Movie because that was great.
Teen Beach Movie was solid.
With Ross and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember my kids went through like we had to drive home fast so we could watch that movie. Ross and who?
Oh, who's the girl in that?
Allie and Ross is his real name, Ross Lynch.
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
He's now in the band Driver era, and they're pretty good.
Right. Is there anything that sticks out from The Greatest Showman for you, Peyton, still, after you watched it a week or two ago? A song?
I liked the songs. I liked This Is Me, and I liked the...
I love the song.
So good.
It's also another thing. It's like, you can just hear the production value is different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you're right, Johnjay. Like, I mean, this was a theatrical kind of production. I mean, a legit musical. But, like, just so you know, High School Musical, like, was in theaters for, I think, High School Musical 2 and 3.
High School Musical killed it. I mean, that's why they made High School Musical 2 and 3. Like, I bow down to High School Musical. Like, I mean, but I'm just saying, watching it now as opposed to, like, I missed the boat is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you did.
I missed the boat. I missed it.
I'm glad you got to catch it later.
Now I can, like, get
watch.
the references and stuff.
Well, speaking of musicals and music, listen to this. Yesterday, I get a text from my wife during the show. She says, "Would you mind going to a sound meditation with me tonight?" And I just stared at the text for a while. I was like, "What is this about? Like, what do I like? How do I?" Because I know there was also a basketball game that we had tickets to. And I think I told you guys that she was very upset that I wanted to leave.
Oh, yeah.
She did say she would never go to a basketball game with you again.
Right. Basketball game is the exact same time as her sound meditation. And I was like, she knows we got tickets to the basketball game. Like, is this some sort of like test? So I immediately went, before I reminded her that we had a basketball game, I immediately went and tried to sell my tickets, right, without telling her. So I put them up for sale. They didn't sell. So I went to my son, Dutch, and I said, how'd you like to take a buddy to the basketball game tonight? He goes, that'd be great, Dad. I'm like, awesome. So I give him the tickets. Then I said to my wife, I respond, of course, I'd love to go to a sound meditation with you. So she's all happy, right? So when I see her yesterday at lunchtime, she's like, what are we going to do about the Suns game tonight? And I was like, ooh, she knew. So I said, I already took care of it. I gave him the Dutch ticket a friend. Because I go, I don't want to miss sound meditation with you.
That's smart. Yeah.
So anyway, you know those houses you ever seen up in the mountains? They're like these beautiful houses. They look like mansions.
Yeah.
That's where it was, in one of those houses. So we're driving up this mountain, and then we get up there, and it's this big, beautiful house, and it's got views of the city, and it's like one of those houses I've always wanted to go, what's it like to live up there? Now I saw it. It's pretty amazing. It's just beautiful. So the lady that's hosting the whole thing, there was like 10, 12 people in this woman's house, and everyone brought yoga mats and laid down in her living room, right? And she's a teacher, and she teaches this class. It's the first semester of teaching this class at ASU. And she's a singer-songwriter, and she used to write songs and commercials and stuff. And she told me, I said, "Select, would you know? Was there anything I would know?" She goes, "You would probably know the commercials I've written." I'm like, what commercials are that? She's like, My Little Pony and Paw Patrol.
Oh,
Heck
dang!
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've heard of
My
them.
Little Pony, My Little Pony.
That's her. Mm-hmm. Right? So
solid writing.
So everyone starts laying on the floors. We're laying on the floor, and I'm like, what? I go, what's supposed to? Now keep in mind, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If I close my eyes, much like you guys, for maybe more than 10 seconds, gone, right? So here's what happened. Here's how it went. It's like, bong. This for an hour, right? For an hour. And this woman's walking around the room, and all these people are laying on the floor.
Is everyone just quiet, or is she like guiding you through
Quiet,
something?
and then every once in a while, I don't know, she was singing something, and at the very end, she sang Amazing Grace at the very end.
And are you moving, or are you just laying there?
This is me right here.
Oh, no.
And my wife was poking me.
No.
And she's
all
like,
you
you're
needed.
not supposed to snore. And then the lady said, sometimes people snore. And she's like, you didn't hear any of the sound meditation. I go, yes, I did. I heard it. I was just at a different vibration level than I was.
I was at that night level.
It was my own High School Musical, Greatest Showman level. That's the next level. You got High School Musical, then you get into adulthood, and it's the Greatest Showman. Then you get into the next level of Time to Retire, and that's sound meditation.
That's sound bowls.
It was just all these people just laying on the floor. And a view of the city, and a woman walking around with a big bang in the thing.
Is that what she's doing? She's like putting mixing the bowl up to make the noise or whatever?
I had my eyes closed, but I saw the bowls all out there. Like 10, 15 bowls.
So it was live bowl. It wasn't a recording of a bowl.
No, it was
live bowls.
It was live bowls.
I want a live bowl band. If I'm going to be somewhere, I want the bowls to be live.
What's it supposed to do? What's the point of it?
Well, yeah. I don't know. But my wife was all excited about the deep level of sleep that she was going to get last night. So sadly for me, I got home at 9:30. And I had to go wake up to it like my sleep was jacked. Stupid sound meditation. Very nice people. Beautiful home. Very sweet, wonderful people. And then Blake, so this is a group of people that Blake, she does a meditation every morning at 6 a.m. on Zoom with a bunch of people. And this is the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're all a little granola, little crunchy.
Very nice granola that own every company in the country.
Oh, crunchy business owners.
Yeah, it was very nice. Johnjay and Rich were just talking about Dexter, the original sin on Paramount Plus, which I'm obsessed with. I love. And I just saw that Peter Dinklage, from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He just signed on for the next Dexter Resurrection, which they're filming right now, which is very exciting.
So does that mean you think they're going to do another season of Original Sin, or are they just going straight to that?
I hope so. Grant, you got information on that?
Dude, I just know as of right now, it's the resurrection is basically like after whatever. So he died, quote unquote.
Right.
And then he wakes up, and he's in this whole season, he's having a flashback in the hospital. It picks up kind of at the hospital. That's where resurrection.
Oh, okay. So they could still do a season 2
cool.
of Original Sin.
I think they're going to lean into it.
It's so good. Anyway, it's Johnjay and Rich, Kiss FM. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
Kendrick Lamar made Super Bowl history. His halftime performance was watched by 133.5 million viewers, which made it the most watched performance in history. The previous record holder was Michael Jackson, who had 133.4 million viewers.
That's amazing.
To give you an idea, Usher pulled in about 129 million, and Rihanna had 121 million. So
there's also about 1 billion more people in the world than when Michael Jackson performed. So there's more people.
And there was no
I'm trying to kind of defend Michael Jackson.
I know. I know, but I liked how they gave like more modern numbers because like it was more than Usher, who was last year? Mm-hmm. And it was more than Rihanna that was 2 years ago. So definitely a huge performance. Definitely a huge topic right now. Eggs. If eggs are too expensive for you, they say quail eggs have become an alternative to chicken eggs. The quail eggs, the little birds are quiet. They start laying eggs at 6 weeks. Their eggs are about an inch, so it takes about 3 quail eggs to make one large chicken egg. But they go for about $5 a dozen. And if I'm doing the math, that still makes them more expensive. But apparently a lot of people are seeing this as an alternative because they're like, well, a dozen eggs is usually like $8. A dozen quail eggs, $5. What if it takes 3 to make one? Do the math.
How much for one ostrich egg?
I know, because those are ginormous, right?
Massive.
So just know that there are egg alternatives out there. I think that's the point of it. Now, if you want to smell a little saucy, Papa John's is now offering garlic bath bombs.
Oh my God.
They say the inspiration came from people who love their garlic dipping sauce so much they said they would bathe in it. So now Papa John's is like, well, here you go. Go ahead and bathe in it.
We should get some and just see how our significant others like the way we smell.
How long would that hang around the bathtub, that smell?
I am not totally sure. And not everyone will be able to get them. They will be limited edition to people who share the best examples of their love for the sauce. You can submit your entries on their website, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Johnjay and Rich, I was just looking at this week's most streamed TV shows. Top 5, The Recruit Season 1. Landman is number 4. The Recruit Season 2 is number 3. The OJ Manhunt documentary is number 2. And the number 1 most streamed show this week is The Night Agent Season 2.
Oh, wow.
1.8 billion streams.
You know what's crazy is I was at my kids' flag football practice last night, and 2 of the moms were like, how do you not like The Night Agent? Like, they were very, kind of annoyed that I was saying that I can't finish the season because I was like, I don't want to say I didn't like The Night Agent. The first season was awesome. Yeah. The second season for me was very slow and very cheesy, and I couldn't get past the 3rd episode.
Cheesy's the best way of describing that show. With a vibe for horoscopes, Peyton.
I'm going to tell you what the universe is trying to tell you based on your zodiac sign. We are still in Aquarius season. So if it's your birthday today, you share a birthday with Abraham Lincoln, Gucci Mane, and Arsenio Hall.
I like that you put Abraham Lincoln and Gucci Mane right next to each other.
I feel like it was perfect, Nice. Happy birthday to them.
Juxtaposition.
Hayden, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm a Libra.
Just like Kyle. Okay, Libras. You've spent years trying to please everyone, but the universe is here to say, what do you want? This is a time of self-discovery, figuring out your values, goals, and who truly belongs in your inner circle. So if certain relationships and jobs aren't vibing anymore, it's time to let them go, and that's okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. I'm like, that was I feel very deep and heavy. Like, if you don't like your job, it's okay to quit it. If you don't like your friends, it's okay to not be friends with them.
Perfect. So I should walk out today then.
Yeah. I mean, if that works for you, if that's what's best for you, Hayden, you're the only one that knows.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Hayden. Hey, Sandy, what's your sign?
Taurus.
Okay, Sandy. So the universe for my Tauruses, you guys are realizing that stability isn't just about a fat savings account and a solid routine. It's about emotional security too. And the universe is going to push you to reevaluate relationships, your career, and maybe even your location. So ask yourself today if you're truly happy or if you're just comfortable.
Wow. I'll definitely ask myself.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Sandy. Jules, good morning. What's your sign?
Hi, good morning. I'm a Cancer.
Okay, Cancers. You're feeling all of the feels during this Saturn return that's coming around. So past wounds, they're going to be coming up. Family drama is going to be front and center. But the good news is that my Cancers, you're healing. You're learning how to set boundaries and prioritize yourself without guilt. So let your emotional glow up begin and let it be today.
Glow up, girl. Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks, Jules. Shanae, the Gemini. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, so
I've watched all of those shows except for the O.J. Simpson one.
That one's phenomenal, by the way.
It's really good.
What are you doing now that you're not working security or waste management open this week?
Actually, today I wasn't scheduled for my full-time job. Well, it's another part-time job that I have. I got about 4. But I'm going to help flip trucks for them to get all the equipment from the open.
Oh, okay. So you're still doing open stuff. Okay. What do you got for Gemini?
Yeah.
Yeah, Geminis, the universe is calling you out on all of those half-finished projects and ghosted texts. It's time to commit to a job, a partner, a something. The days of saying, I'll figure it out later, they're over for my Geminis. But don't worry, it's not a punishment. It's just the universe saying, pick a lane, bestie.
You know what? Like I said, I got about 4 jobs, so I got to figure this one out.
I know.
All right, Shanae. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. You too, bye.
Tracy, what's your sign? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, Capricorn, you have been feeling the universe's influence your whole life. So this time of the year, it's like a final boss battle for you. You're learning how to balance ambition with personal fulfillment because grinding 24/7 it isn't everything. It's your time to level up for my Capricorns.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. You guys have a great day.
You too, Tracy. If we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website, johnjayandrich.com.
Do you see what Travis Kelce spent on the box that she was sitting in?
No.
It's like close to $3 million.
Jeez. I know. You got to win if you do that. Brian, what's up? You're on the air.
Good morning, guys. I had a question for you, Johnjay.
Yeah?
I called a couple months ago, maybe a while back last year, looking for some Love Up merch and was told you were going through a new supplier and hopefully the new year you'll drop some. We're still perusing the website, and there's nothing there. And now that it's Valentine's, I got a very upset wife that wants Love Up, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, man. Well, you know, it's still the same. We're about to drop a whole bunch of new merch. We just haven't done it yet because we got to find we had to have someone maintain the website. There was a lot of back-end stuff that was kind of a pain. But I know that right now, if you go to Love Pup Foundation on our website, lovepupfoundation.org, there's a merch link, and you can buy Love Pup stuff. And I would check there. I'll try to get some Love Up stuff as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
Like, I literally was in a meeting about it 2 days ago. Like, it's going to come. It's going to come.
Perfect. Okay, good.
I'm going to be back to designing it. I tried to step out, but they pull me back in.
You know, the designers, they try to, but the art is the art.
Man, it is what it is, man. I come up with the best ideas. All right, Brian, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for caring about the kids in foster care.
Yeah, have a good morning, guys.
Thanks, brother. All right, Stacks and Hacks. I got stacks of information. Rich has life hacks of information. A poll on Valentine's Day trends finds 63% of women rather prefer to stay home on Valentine's Day. 52% people think Valentine's Day proposals overrated, and 41% of men want the male equivalent of Galentine's Day. Just do it then.
Valentine's Day.
Wow. I don't know if that sounds as cool.
Galentine's Day?
New report says if it's possible, workplaces may start providing special days for sexual wellness. More than 3 in 5 employees support the idea of unpaid sex days. That's so crazy. You need a whole day? Just give me like a 5-minute break.
Okay, what about this, Kyle? Palentine's Day, huh?
Okay, that works.
Okay.
That's the winner.
Okay.
You did it.
82% of Americans who moved last year say it was stressful. The top post-moving regret, not getting rid of more crap. That makes sense, right?
You should get rid of crap all the time.
Absolutely.
If you can.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
Let's talk about your stinky shoes and your stinky jeans. And you can't always wash them. You don't have time, and I don't know, maybe you don't want to waste water. Maybe you're conserving water. But there is a science to getting rid of the smell, and it's super easy. You got sneakers that smell like a gym locker. Pop them into a Ziploc bag, throw them in the freezer overnight. The same thing works with your jeans. Fold them, stick them in there. It's not going to make your food smell bad. It's going to be fine. In fact, the freezing just eliminates the odors without the wear and tear of frequent washing. So for your shoes and your jeans, they can maintain the shape and the color of everything. Where throw them in the washing machine would probably mess them up. Try it. Throw them in a Ziploc bag. Report back to us and tell us how great that worked for you. Who knows? Maybe that's what they do at the dry cleaner. Just throw everything in their freezer. I don't even know. That hack and many more can be found at johnjayandrich.com.
Do you guys know what Red Tuesday is? You ever heard of Red Tuesday?
I have not.
No.
Yesterday was Red Tuesday. It's the most popular day for breakups before Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's sad.
That is sad.
So I'm just curious if anyone got broken up with yesterday. Call us, 877-937-1047. Our phone number, 877-937-1047. You can shoot us a text. You text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. Get this. This Canadian woman wants a refund. She gave a psychic over $50,000 to help her fall in love, but she never ended up falling in love. This is the woman looking for the refund. And then the psychic explaining her side to the story.
When she did the reading, she found there was a man. I said, yes, there's a man I like at the gym. And she said, well, I can bring this man closer to you for $550. He transferred 12 to 15,000, but she said she preferred cash. So I was dropping off a lot of cash at her house. Everything was going so great. I said to her, why isn't anything happening for me? All I'm doing is paying you money. I said, I'm paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm not getting nothing.
She didn't complete the work. That's the problem. Everything she wanted, I gave her. She wanted different services, and that's what I gave her.
Scam.
Big time.
Major scam.
Can you believe that?
That's sad.
I heard another scam the other day. This goes along the lines of this, and then like with Grant's mom, remember giving all the money to the Nigerian guy? So a friend of my wife's let her sister move in with her. Was having some problems, had her sister move in with her. And then her sister was always on the phone, and she was finally like, who are you talking to? She goes, well, I got a new boyfriend, but I'll tell you later. And then she, again, on the phone all the time. She's like, okay, I'm going to tell you. You're going to freak out when I tell you, but I have a new boyfriend. His name is Liam Neeson.
Oh, my God.
And he just needed a little bit of money, and then we're going to get married. And she sent him. She just sold her house. She sent him $450,000.
Are you kidding me?
Liam Neeson doesn't need money.
And then he disappeared.
Of course he did.
Oh,
Now
that's
she
so
can't
sad.
do anything about it.
That's so heartbreaking.
Oh my goodness.
But the fact that she's all to her sister, you're not going to believe what I'm dating.
Oh, my God.
That's so
that's
sad.
probably an AI app, right, that they're just programming stuff into, and it's talking like Liam Neeson.
Probably.
This is big news. They had a new winner at the Best in Show at the Westminster Dog Show yesterday.
For Best in Show at the 149th Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, I choose the Giant Schnauzer.
Yes! Finally!
He did it!
It's just like the Eagles.
He finally wins Best in Show.
Oh,
what an incredible
listen to those
moment
people.
for Katie Bernadette.
Money the Magnificent, your 2025 Best in Show, the Giant Schnauzer.
Oh, man.
He's cute.
Speaking of dogs, how's your stepdog, Rich?
Nigel, the stepdog, I think he's trolling me. I think he's trying to get in my head. So when Stacy, my wife, and I go to bed at night, usually Nigel will sleep at the foot of the bed on Stacy's side. But lately what's happening is if I get up to go get a glass of water or if I, go use the lavatory, he will jump on the bed and come up on my side of the bed and go right to sleep on my pillow. And I don't want that. I want to sleep where I want. I don't want to smell like dog on my pillow. So I'll try to move him and he'll look at me and he'll growl. But then when Stacy wakes up to see what's going on, he's perfectly quiet. He's acting like he's asleep. And she's just laughing like, oh, he wants to be near you. Let him sleep with. She thinks it's cute and adorable, and I don't like it one bit. And he stares at me like, I got you. Whenever I'm telling you, I would say at least twice a night, he's occupying my space and just staring me down with this little puppy, because he's maybe, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. Every time I try to move him, like this real guttural little move.
It's like nighttime, so he's looking at you and he's like, yeah. I'm Nigel.
He's like, what are you going to do about it? I'm sleeping in your space. You got up, pal. You go sleep on the floor. That's what he's saying to me.
Find a different bed.
There's been a few times where I don't want to move him, so I just go sleep on the chair, or I'll just go out in the family room and sleep on the couch.
It's probably because he thinks you're getting up to leave for the day.
Yeah, that's probably
because it happens in my house, but it has with a 100-pound golden retriever.
That's even tougher to move.
Charlie, our golden retriever, literally takes my spot of the bed when I get up. Like he just lays there, like a human.
Like, hey, you can't sleep here, pal. I'll talk to him really nice. I'm like, do you want to get a treat? Let's get a treat. And he'll just look at me like, I know what you're doing, and I'm not moving. This is my spot.
I argue with I have this spot on the couch, which is my spot. Like, it's been my spot forever. And I think these dogs think that we're equals.
Yeah.
And they go and they'll take my spot. And I catch myself having a conversation going, you can sit anywhere. Why do you got to sit in my spot? And then I'll move Lego out of the way. I go, you got to move, dude. That's where I sit. And I can't not sit there. But,
yeah, I know the feeling.
I feel like because you made the bed nice and cozy and warm.
I feel like, guys, that's the dog is establishing dominance over Rich.
Dude, he's trying to be alpha.
He's the alpha dog. You're beta right now, dude. He's running the show.
Because I have walked away and been, all right, fine, you sleep there. I'll just walk around for a while.
Kyle, how are you handling this egg issue? Eggs prices are so expensive. I saw you post the other day. Where were you? Where it said
I
pick
was
only
at
one.
Bash's. I was like, what? And that was the first that I had heard of them, like limiting the egg purchases. And I was like, are we here again? Is this like the new toilet paper? What are we doing? And 2 years ago, when Addie was still in Girl Scouts, our Girl Scout troop leader, she has chickens, and we would do the meetings over at her house. And I was so interested in it because I love the idea of like fresh eggs. And I had told Scott, like, we should get some chickens. And he said, absolutely not. So I just kind of let it go. But now that we're in the situation that we're in, I decided to bring it back up. But first I decided to text my friend Martha, she's the one with the chickens, and just inquire, like, where do you get your chickens? What do you feed them? I know you have to have multiple chickens because they're social animals, and if they're, like, not with more than one or two, they won't lay eggs or something like that. So I just wanted to get the real scoop about them. And so yesterday in the car, I presented it to Scott. I said, I think now's the time. He's like, for what? To get some chickens. He's like, no. I was like, yes! This time I'm putting my foot down. We have a perfect spot in the backyard that's just rocks that we could convert into like a nice little chicken coop. He's like, what, are you going to make the chicken coop? I'll make the chicken coop. I don't care if I have to make the chicken coop. I'm sure there's like a YouTube video on how to make an awesome chicken coop, right?
I bet you go to Amazon, there's got to be a chicken coop.
Yeah,
I know. So here's the deal. This is like, I've told you guys before, like in our marriage, we're like a 2 yes. And right now, he is the 1 no. And so I think I need like some help in convincing him on why it would be great to have chickens.
There's a chicken coop right here for $169 on Amazon.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I'll send it to your house.
He'd be like, that's a reason not to get it.
I'm going to buy it and send it to your house. I'm going to send you a chicken coop to your house so you guys have to get chickens.
Isn't there, Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, right behind your house, a bird riparium where birds of all different types come and they gather?
He says that would put the chickens in danger.
It would not. The chicken is like, it's going to hang with its friends.
Because we get some really big, giant birds back
like condors
there.
And stuff?
Like huge birds. And he's like, those birds would eat the chickens. And then we would be sad, but they would have a chicken coop to go into to be safe.
Well, I pitched this exact same idea to my wife 3 days ago. I said, let's get some chickens so we can get I think a chicken lays an egg a day. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I thought if we get like 5 chickens, we get eggs. And then she said, do you realize that our dogs would kill these birds, these chickens right away? And I said, oh, yeah, right. And when I think about you got little Daisy.
Daisy wouldn't do anything. No, Daisy wouldn't do anything. Right. Like literally 2 days ago, because we do have like this, it's like a bird preserve, like on the other side of our fence of our house. And just the other day, there were 2 giant, I think they weren't ducks, they were bigger than ducks. What's a duck-looking thing that's bigger than ducks? Goose. There were 2 geese in our front yard, and these things were huge. I want to say they were like 3.5 feet tall.
Oh my goodness.
2 of them just walking, let Daisy out to go potty. She just ran right next to him. Relieved herself, and they saw her and they started walking quick, and then they realized like she wasn't a threat, and then they just waddled slowly down the road.
Go find some goose eggs.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally pro going for the chickens. I lived with chickens for like 3 years, and it was the best.
I know.
We used to, every once in a while, we would go somewhere and get the fresh chicken eggs, and then I remember my wife told me, she brought this up the other day, and I don't remember, but if this is out there, there's a service that delivers farm fresh eggs to your house.
Yes, and that's great. And honestly, like, I know a handful of people that have chickens. Like, one of my friends, actually, she has a farm, and so she sells the eggs. I could get the eggs from. I want the chickens.
Yeah,
I want the chickens, and I want the chicken eggs.
Chickens are messy.
I know, and they're kind of sassy, but they do. They eat bugs, and it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You won't have any scorpions if you have chickens.
You know what? If you have Scott's Instagram, start flooding his direct messages about why he's so great.
Kiss FM, Johnjay and Rich. The other day, I was taking my son Jake, I think I was telling you, was into this Pokemon thing, these cards, right? These Pokemon cards. So his birthday, got him a bunch of Pokemon stuff, and he's really starting to collect these things. And I went to this, I can't remember the name of the place. It's called the Collector something. It's on Indian School in 24th Street. And I've never seen anything like it. It's just so much Lego stuff. There's Pokemon stuff. There's all this, it's just endless amount of stuff for collectors. And on Super Bowl Sunday, it was packed because none of those people watch the Super Bowl. Like I thought, let's just roll in there really quick. But it was, you know what I mean? They were like, they're not
quick.
They don't know who's in the game. So we were leaving, and I curbed my tire. I know. I was turning. It's such a horrible feeling, you know. Like I turn it, and then you kind of go, maybe nothing happened. Maybe.
Yeah, totally.
And then I get out of my car, and then my son goes, "Oh man,
That's the worst."
I know."
I literally just curbed my tire at the McDonald's drive-through the other day, and it was like that sound. It's like,
yeah,
the worst. Oh no!
You never escape those unharmed.
But I met this guy at the barbershop, and that's what he does for a living. So he's going to meet. So he was. I had to go to his. When I first met him, the first time I curbed my car, he came to my house. I just texted him, and he came to my house. Now he's kind of big time, and now he's got like a website. You got to make an appointment, right? So I made the appointment for tomorrow, and then I texted him since I had his number, and he goes, well, I can come by on Wednesday, and I said, great. Can you come by the radio station? And he was like, yeah, but he can only come when I'm not here. So I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to go to the gym and work out, and he's going to. I don't know how long it takes to fix a curb tire, but hopefully it works out just fine. And then I know everyone's going to ask me the name of the place. So what I'll do is I'll do a before and after picture of my tire because it should look brand new.
Is it the same place that you've referred me to a couple times?
That guy has like a building and a business, and you have to go there. This is another guy.
Oh, the first guy that you sent me to came to our house.
Right, but now if it's the same guy I'm thinking of, I've had two guys. The first guy, now he got so successful, he has a business, like a building.
There must be dough in fixing the curb.
Lots of people curb their wheels.
Yeah, I know. Because the thing is, when you get your wheel curbed, you kind of want to get it fixed as soon as possible, or you'll never do it.
And you just
look at Kyle. You walk out to her car; it's Curb Central.
Yeah, you know. Just wait till you have a couple and then get them fixed.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never gotten mine done. I'm sure mine look all like
scraped up.
Yeah, it's probably my rims are probably a weapon at this point.
So get this. Speaking of my son Jake, he goes to the University of Arizona, and I'm going to put this out because I'm going to need help with something. If anyone's interested, I think I have a special opportunity. He lives in an apartment complex called the Parker. Okay, it's right there. It's on campus at the University of Arizona, and it's the sweetest apartment complex ever, especially if you're in college. The fact that exists and you're in college. And when we signed a lease, apparently we signed a 2-year lease.
Okay,
and he's done in May.
Oh, so there's some time left on the lease.
Another year, and they won't let us leave. They won't let us like we can't
That's
get out
lame.
of it.
You would think there would be plenty of people to take over it.
So do you need to sublease it or whatever?
So I think we have to sublease it, and I would probably sublease it less than what the lease costs. So that because I don't know how that works. So just in case, I'm planting this seed now. If you are going to the University of Arizona next year and you need a place to stay,
wait,
what?
Wasn't Dutch thinking of going there?
Yes, but Dutch, who hasn't committed yet, won't tell us where he's going to go yet. He wants the dorm experience the first year.
Oh, of course he does.
Okay.
And the dorm experience is a lot less expensive than this apartment complex.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Right?
Is this a semi-furnished apartment too?
It's furnished. It's beautiful. And there's a swimming pool on the roof. There's a hot tub. There's a gym. There's restaurants.
So if you sublease, you're good to go. You just bring your clothes and you're good.
Yeah, and sheets and stuff like that. And it's a 2-bedroom, so they will probably give you a roommate. And you have your own key to your own door, your own room, everything. You know what I mean? Like
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. But now I'm screwed. I just thought that they would just let us out of it, and they don't. You know, it's like if we walk away, they're gonna rent it.
Totally.
That place is packed.
Totally.
It's so uncool. They should be like, hey man, he's done in school.
I think most campuses do that with the apartments.
Isn't there like an option to pay a fine or something to get out of the lease?
I don't think so. I don't know. My wife. I'm hearing all this from my wife, and then she sends me. Then she sends me the screenshot of the disclaimer. Like I'm going to read that. Like it's my fault that I signed it because I didn't do my due diligence.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's terms of agreements when you download an app.
Actually, true.
How would you know that your son would graduate in the time prescribed?
Right. Well, he can graduate in May, but he has to take a couple classes in the summertime afterwards. Right. But he'll be done by the time it starts in August. So we don't need the place. It's so frustrating, and it's just something I don't want to deal with, and it's a bummer. I just think they'd be good people and be like, "Oh yeah, you graduate, congratulations, you're done." We can find someone.
Read the
here's
disclaimer.
that lease you signed.
The building is sold out. You can't even get into this building.
You think they'd want the room,
right?
Right.
And charge more.
Right.
They could charge more.
So I'm just throwing that out there. I know there's a lot of people in Phoenix, their kids or their brothers and sisters are going to go to the University of Arizona, and you're looking for a place to live. I got you hooked up. Kyle, let's get into you and the dollar store.
I love the dollar store so much. There's like 3 different dollar stores that I frequent. There's one that I go to, and it's literally on the way home from work. So if I ever like need some supplies or something on my way home from work, this is the dollar store that I go to. And a while back, there was a guy there, and he was like, "Oh, you're on the Johnjay and Rich show, right?" I found out he listens to the show. His name is Ruben, right? And he talked to me about, how much he loves Johnjay and Rich and Peyton and everyone on the show, and would ask questions about you guys and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So because we've made that connection, now every time I go into the dollar store, Ruben is like, "Hey, Kyle, like, how's it going?" Asks me questions about, like things that we've talked about and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? This is pretty great. Like, I'm a regular at this dollar store now. They know my name. He knows. He's like, hey, he's telling me like, hey, by the way, we're putting out the new Easter stuff next week. And I'm like, I will be there. I will be there.
They're going to be about $1 for you.
He'll open up an extra lane for you. And just register. I got you over there, Kyle.
Just because you're you, Kyle, things in here are going to be about $1.
And like, listen, Johnjay knows people at Global Ambassador. I know people at the dollar store. Okay?
I got you, man. Circle K on Jermaine. Those are my people.
It's like when you become a regular somewhere, it's just like, it's kind of a cool feeling.
Oh, that's so funny that you say that, because I became a regular at the Starbucks by my house, and by the time I became a regular, I was so embarrassed. I was like, why do you know me? This is such a bad, expensive habit to have. Like,
I think it's great.
What I was doing for the rest of the day.
You remember when it was? I remember when I came in here to tell you guys the first time I went to the Starbucks where they said, "You want the usual," and I felt so amazed. I was like, "That's fantastic!
Yeah.
I'm a regular at this Starbucks." Now I don't go there anymore.
I mean, it's great customer service, but like, I don't know. I was just like,
you should tell Ruben. Ruben knows customer service.
Ruben knows.
He knows you take care of those guys.
He's taking care of Kyle.
That's for sure.
What's your drink, Peyton? What's your Starbucks drink currently?
Currently it's a caramel macchiato.
Ooh,
so good.
Fun tip on Starbucks drinks. I did go to Costco yesterday to try to get eggs. They were almost out, so just FYI, hurry up and go and get
Not
yours.
A regular though. They didn't save you any.
I actually found they have like a 12-pack of Starbucks pink drink.
Oh, really?
And the guy, when I was checking out, he said, "We just got these yesterday." And so I felt like I was really in
like
on something
they're
cool.
mix-ins.
They're literally like a bottle, and it's pink drink. It's the pink drink.
Oh, wow.
And I tried it last night. It tastes exactly the same.
Oh, that's cool.
Fun way to save money if you like Starbucks pink drink.
Oh, Kyle walks in the dollar store. "Hey, Kyle." Next guy walks in. "What's up, Ice Pick?"
It's a really nice dollar store.
That's where I get my nose spray.
Yeah.
Best nose spray ever. In fact, I'm due. I'm due for some new nose spray from the dollar store.
You only go once a year because whenever you go, you get 85
I actually figured out.
bottles.
I think it's twice a year I end up going if I can get them enough. If I can get enough.
How many nose sprays at one time will you buy?
As many as I can.
Is that like more than 10?
Oh, God, yeah. I'm talking 40, 50, 60
my
nose spray.
God.
Yeah. And I have them now.
Stocked
I put them in
up.
the trunk of my car, in my backpack. I put them in drawers in my house. I put them all over the place, so I just always can find them. I put them in the fridge.
And hasn't
like
Dr.
a cold nose spray is a different vibe than a normal temperature nose spray.
Hasn't doctor after a health expert told you to stop using those?
One doctor, my doctor. I don't ask anybody else because I know the answer. All right, hey, you follow us. Follow Johnjay and Rich on YouTube every single day because we post the Johnjay and Rich recast. It's the entire show in video form. Plus, there's all kinds of behind-the-scene content you can't get anywhere else. Literally, back from when the show started. There's lots of stuff. Search Johnjay and Rich on YouTube. Johnjay and Rich. Hi, Chelsea.
That's me. Hi.
Hi, what's up?
Hi. I've got a little tip for you. I'm a property manager, and you can break your lease. There's a little roundabout way to it, but they'll charge you a fee for an early term lease break. And then, so you'll pay like the one-time fee. Sometimes it's like $500. And then basically, if the landlord agrees, you agree to pay the rent until they rent it out again after that one-time fee.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll have to look at the fine print, you guys.
That sounds kind of terrible, though.
It's a loophole, though, at least that you're not stuck for the whole year.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it still sucks. You still have to pay, but it's, like you said, it's a great place, so there's a really good chance they're going to rent it out. And so once they do, you won't have to pay anymore. So it seems worth it in this situation, so you don't have to pay for a year.
Thanks, Chelsea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kyle, what's the latest with the Baldoni Blake Lively stories?
So there is a clip of Blake Lively that's resurfaced, and it's pretty fascinating when you take into account the whole Justin Baldoni drama. So the drama is, in case you're out of loop and don't know, Blake Lively starred in It Ends With Us with Justin Baldoni. Now, it was his movie, and then she kind of like started doing rewrites and started basically taking creative control of the movie. And that, I guess, caused them to sort of butt heads, allegedly. There are rumors that maybe they had something romantic going on, but that's besides the point. This may shed new light on that because it was an interview she did a while back where she basically talked about in the beginning as an actress, she would go and she would stand on the marks and she would do the part that they wanted her to play. But really, she found out that that was not fulfilling for her.
But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in.
Kind of fascinating, right?
Yeah, I think people that use the word fulfilled are fascinating. I always thought it was fulfilled, but it's fulfilled, which is weird. Fulfilled.
Yeah. I just find it interesting because then it's kind of like you wonder then what were the meetings like when she first signed on to be the movie? Right. Was she like, I need creative control, or did she do the thing where it was like all of a sudden she started taking over? Because then you could see how they would start butting heads a little bit. Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe she was trying to manipulate him a little bit to do her thing and it went a little too far? You know, and then she had to pull back because it didn't look good.
If I'm being honest, I buy more into like something romantic happened because it seems like if they butted heads creatively, it wouldn't have escalated to where we're at.
Right.
Let's get the friend of show, Sabrina Carpenter, Grammy winner.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter, she's on the cover of Vogue, the most recent cover of Vogue. And she also did an interview, and it's really fun because it's kind of satire. And Sabrina Carpenter interviews herself as her alter ego, Katrina Sharpenter.
You have been accused by the FBI of running a nationwide cult. Do you deny the allegations? They're called fans. It's been said that you coerce them with hypnosis. Those are pop songs. That's that me espresso. See?
And the whole interview is like maybe 30 seconds, but it's so fun to watch because it's like you have Sabrina Carpenter, who's this pop star, but like she was an actress first. Like it's so fun to see her acting like that. Like,
yeah, and she's funny. She's got a great sense of humor.
I love her. Like she is such a Disney girl through and through. Like I eat everything she does up. I'm like, I love her.
So why do you think Kim Kardashian is a genius?
Because she was promoting her Skims shapewear line, and she did a commercial, and she's like the booty fairy, like the big butt fairy.
I should work for the body that I want, but I just can't. Can't there just be one thing, Kim Kardashian?
I'm not Kim.
Chloe?
No, I am Kim, but today I'm also your fairy butt mother.
Your fairy butt mother.
You know, that ad, she looks so eerily like Kanye's wife, Bianca.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Like, there's similarities. It's like they're morphing into the same person. Obviously, they're not, like, very much not. And Kim's always, like, been really good about having a sense of humor with herself and her body and everything like that. But I'm like, I can't look at it without going, is that Bianca or is that Kim?
No, seriously. And you know that's